Hey everyone, Josh Powers with Polygonflow. Today I want to go over a fun and incredibly useful tool in Dash that'll help you take the details of your environment to the next level. The physics tool allows you to take any mesh, including nanite enabled assets, and use physics to drop objects all over your scene. So let's go ahead and fire up Unreal and get started. So the first thing we need to do is open the tool. Now there are two ways we can access the tool, but we'll first go over how you can open it from the main Dash toolbar up here. All you need to do is click this icon just to the left of the bridge icon. You'll notice that a new floating bar has popped up underneath the Dash prompt bar, just like many of the other tools. This is where we can set up a temporary physics simulation to add a lot of truly random detail to an environment. You might also notice that, quite frankly, there aren't a lot of settings up here. That's because, like everything else in Dash, we want this tool to be incredibly powerful with limited overhead, so that you never have to break your stride from your workflow. It's designed to give you exactly what you want with as few settings as possible. In this first example, we have some objects that we want to drop to the floor. Of course, we could use the scatter tool for this, but if your scene only needs a few of these items, or you're just wanting to place them in very specific locations, it's much more efficient to use the physics tool. So I'm simply going to select my objects, and then I'll simply press the Run Simulation button here, and the assets will automatically be tagged as dynamic and drop to the ground, colliding off each other and the floor. Now, if you aren't satisfied with how the assets landed, you can click on the Reset button. Then you can just make a few adjustments and then run the simulation again. Note that pressing Reset will only reset selected assets, allowing you to keep the drops that you like, and try again with the drops you want to improve. And if you want to reset all, just hold down Control while you press the Reset button, and it will reset all the objects currently set to dynamic regardless of what's selected. Because the assets remain dynamic while the simulation's still running, you can also grab any asset you want and try again. If you move them up and let go, they'll fall back to the ground. In effect, so long as the simulation is still actively running and the assets are set to dynamic through the tool, you can move them around and they will continue to interact with the other objects in the world, both static and dynamic objects. Okay, let's go ahead and close the physics bar, and I'll show you another way you can open this tool. We'll first open the content library and we'll find an asset we want to use. I'll grab this asset here and drag it into the scene. Just like with scatter, we'll want to hold down Control before we let go of the mouse button. This will pop up a contextual menu and we'll simply click on Physics Drop. This will place the object in the scene and immediately make it dynamic. So if we lift up the asset and then let go, it'll drop back down to the surface right away. But let's say we want a bunch of these assets all over the place. Well, there's a super simple solution. With the asset or assets selected, just go up to the Duplicate button and press it. Then we can press the Select button and continue to duplicate to add even more objects to the scene. And just like that, you can add a plethora of physically dropped assets to your environment. Alright, let's take a look at Switch. To put it simply, Switch allows you to turn your selected objects to dynamic while turning all the unselected objects in the scene to static. This way, once you move on from one physics drop and are happy with it, you can use this to make sure that when your next drop occurs, it's not accidentally moving any of your previous assets' placement. The last two buttons on the bar are simple and complex. This is referring to the type of collision being used. In many instances, the default, which is simple, will be plenty enough for your scene. However, you might notice in some cases where dropped objects might be floating a little above the surface they dropped on. That's because the simplified collision is being generated on the fly by Dash using the geometric data of the asset. In some cases, especially with high fidelity assets like megascans, the generated simple collision will be above the surface. To solve issues like this, just select the static object and press the complex button. The asset will immediately wake up and drop much more accurately to the rendered mesh. Using complex is very helpful, but we recommend using it on a case-by-case basis, as it's much heavier to process than simple collision. Lastly, I just want to mention that this tool isn't just limited to individual assets. The physics tool can be used on scattered objects as well. To enable this on scattered objects, just select your scatter instance, click on Set Static, and then drop your objects on there. While the simulation is still running, you can even adjust the seat of your scatter tool and watch as the changes impact the dropped physics objects, making the entire process dynamic and non-destructive. So I hope you were able to get a better understanding of just how powerful and fun it is to use the physics tool in Dash. We will continue to improve and add features to this tool in future updates, and look forward to seeing what you create with it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.